Happy days. Right. Make sure I've got my watch so I don't get confused, which is very easy. It happens very easily. Okay, so this morning we have got a class that is very much focusing on the side body, whilst also doing a bit of hip opening and a bit on the back, a bit of psoas movement, so a little bit of everything for everyone. So we're going to start just by warming up with fascia circles, which I think you're all familiar with by now. But starting with the left leg, just circling into the ankle a few times. And then taking that the other way. I miss being able to chat with you all whilst we're doing fascia circles. It's more difficult on Zoom. Right, and then coming into the knee. We normally put the world to rights whilst we're doing our fascia circles at the beginning of HIIT class. And then taking that in the other direction. Good stuff. And then going into the hip. Now remember, as we go through all of this today, take that in the other direction. If you need to rest, rest. Obviously, I'll give you different levels in the exercise, so pick a level that suits your practice. Let's pop over to the other leg now, starting again with the ankle. If you need to modify any of the exercises to suit your anatomy, then modify. And then take that the other way. The practice is your own, so I'll give you lots of options. Good, and then take that into the knee. And then take those in the other direction. Just moving through all the major joints. Take them into the hip, making sure the body's nice and warmed up. Everything's lubricated before we start. And then take those in the other direction. Brilliant. Okay, then taking both feet down to the floor, slightly wider than hip width, just circle through the hips. Really bringing them forward and taking them back, getting a bit of movement in the lower back. And then take those in the other direction too. And then bring the hips to stillness, trying to keep the hips and the shoulders reasonably still. Take some circles into the ribs. So really stretching the chest forward, taking it to the side, round the back to the side. Just getting a bit of movement in the places where we're normally stuck. And then take that in the other direction. Brilliant. And then circling through the shoulders, really squidging them up to the ears, letting them come down the back. And then bringing them forwards. Really getting into all those crunchy bits. And then coming into the wrists, circling through the wrists with an open hand. Creaking and cracking all over the place this morning, I am. And then take them into a fist and continue circling with a fist. And then take it in the other direction with an open hand. And then same with the fist. Creaking and crunching. And then into the elbows, nice big circles one way. And then the other way. And then great big circles into the shoulders. And if the shoulders are really tight this morning, you can always do backstroke. Really getting some movement through those shoulders. And then take those the other direction. And again, if the shoulders are too tight here, you can always do front crawl. Excellent. And then let the arms come down by the sides. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. Really relaxing the right shoulder down. Take the chin towards the shoulder and then scrape that chin all the way around the front until you come to the right shoulder. And then take the ear towards the shoulder again. Relax the left shoulder down on this side and really feel that stretch down the neck. Take the chin back towards your shoulder. Scrape it around the collarbones at the front. Back to the other side, take the ear to the shoulder again. And we'll do one more in each direction. So take the chin down, scrape it around. And then take the ear to the shoulder for a couple of breaths, really feeling that stretch, relaxing the shoulders down. Take the chin back to the shoulder, scrape it around. And then take the ear towards the shoulder again, relaxing the shoulders down. Couple of breaths. And then bring the head back up to center, keeping the chin parallel with the floor. Turn around towards the left and look over the left shoulder. Inhale back through center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale left. Inhale to the center, exhale right. Coming back to center. This time drop your chin towards the chest, take the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers and press them, put the hands on the back of the head. Then keeping the chin down, press the back of the head into your hands. Just a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Then release that off. Come to the middle of your mats and come down into tabletop. So knees underneath your hips, hands slightly in front of your shoulders. A few rounds of cat-cow. So as we inhale, let the sit bones go up, the belly comes down towards the mat, push the mat away and look up. Then as you exhale, curl the tailbone under, pull the belly in, arch through the spine, drop the head. Inhale as we come down, really letting those sit bones come up, the belly comes down, look up. And then exhale, curl the tailbone under, arch through the spine and press the floor away. Inhale as we come down. And then exhale as we go up. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look around towards one hip, making a C shape with your spine. And then exhale back to center. And then look around towards the other hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, look to one hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, look to the other hip. One more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, look to one hip. Inhale to the center, exhale to the other hip. Come back to center, walk the hands forward, come down on the elbows and stretch the chest towards the floor. You can wiggle your fingers forward if you need more space. Really concentrate about melting the chest down towards the floor, keeping your hips above the knees, stretching out through the fingers. You can come onto your forehead and your nose or your chin, or stay on your elbows, wherever you've got space in your body. But really concentrate on melting that chest to the ground. Nice big inhale here. And then exhale, really relax and release everything onto the mat. Then using your elbows, push yourself back up to tabletop. Inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale it through the gap, coming down onto the shoulder into a gentle twist. Couple of breaths here. Then pushing up through the hand on the mat, come back to tabletop. Inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale it through the gap, coming down onto the shoulder on the other side. Couple of breaths on this side. Then pushing through the hand, come back up to tabletop. This time, take a nice big inhale and lift the feet up off the floor. You might have to walk your hands forward slightly. Bring your hips towards the mat into hanging cobra. And so the hips are off the ground and you're laid on the tops of your knees. Really keep the arms nice and long. Stretch the chest forward and really pull the core in. So you should feel an equal stretch down the front and back of the body. Keep the neck nice and long. And then as we take our next exhale, roll all the way back into child's pose. As we inhale, come up, roll over the knees and let the hips hanging cobra. And as you exhale, go back to your child's pose. Inhale as we come forwards. And then exhale as you go back. One more, inhaling, coming forwards, really stretching that chest forward, engaging the core. And then exhale as you go back. Good. Come up over the hands, tuck the toes and push up into our first downward dog. And just have a bit of a wiggle and a jiggle here. So stepping one heel down to the ground, then the other, stretching the chest through towards the thighs, letting the head hang, maybe nodding the head, maybe shaking the head, maybe wrapping the shoulders, press the ground away. If you can, get your heels on the floor, see if you can get your toes up off the mat. Really lengthening the body into your downward dog. Then looking forward, we're going to have a little walk up towards our hands. Exhale, forward fold, really allowing the body to hang on the upper legs. And then inhale as you come all the way up to standing, rolling the spine all the way to the top. Inhale the arms up above your head. Exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank. Take your knees, your chest and your chin to the ground, or come down to chaturanga and then into upward facing dog or cobra. Excellent. Take the hips up, come over the toes into downward facing dog. Looking forwards, bend the knees a lot. Step or jump to the top of the mat, landing light as a cat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, now we know the drill. This one's going to be a bit faster. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Take the hips up and over into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good stuff. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left leg back. Ground down through the front foot. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, lion's breath. Bringing the arms by the sides of the body, leaning forwards. Inhale up, exhale, inhale up, exhale. Bring the hands to frame the front foot, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, coming into cobra or up dog. Good, take the hips up, come over the toes into downward facing dog. Bend the knees a lot, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top, exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Take the right leg back this time, ground down through the feet. Inhale, arms up, exhale, come forward, lion's breath. Inhale, arms up, exhale, lion's breath. Moving with the arms. Inhale up, exhale, forward. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or come down to chaturanga, into cobra or up dog. Take the hips up and over into downward facing. And have a couple of breaths in your downward facing dog. Maybe stepping out through the heels. Maybe coming into the side body. Having a wiggle or a jiggle wherever you need. Then looking forward, step or jump forwards to the top of the mat, landing lightly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good stuff, well done. Okay, take a seat whilst I explain the first move. So as I said, there's a lot about side body and obliques today. So our first exercise is based on side planks. We're going to do 4 hip lifts and 4 crunches. So we'll do 2 and 2 on one side, then we'll do 2 and 2 on the other side. So hip lifts, you have the choice of either having your hand on the mat, or you can have your forearm on the mat and your elbow on the mat. So whichever you find more comfortable. And you can either start sitting with your legs curled round, or you can have your bottom leg out and your top leg forwards, or you can do it with staggered long legs. All we're going to do for the first couple is lift the hips up towards the ceiling. So if you have your curled hips, then we're lifting from curled legs. If you have one foot forward, the top leg comes forward, and again, we lift from the hips up towards the ceiling. And if you're having long legs, I prefer to do this on forearms, then we're coming from here, lifting the hips up to the side. Okay, so we do 2 like that, then we do 2 crunches. The crunches, you can be on your knee, stretching, crunching, stretching, crunching, or if you want to be really mean to yourself, you can be on a long leg, stretching, crunching, stretching, crunching. So those are your options. So we do 2 hip lifts, 2 crunches on one side, then we move to the other side. We do 2 hip lifts, 2 crunches. Everybody ready? Yeah, you lot were born ready. Excellent. Okay, so your first one, entirely up to you how you want to do it. Either curled legs, top leg forwards, or both legs long and staggered. First 20 seconds, let's go. Lifting those hips up towards the ceiling. Really trying to get the movement to come from the hips. Exhaling on the up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good stuff. Good, and rest. So with these ones, have a play with whether it feels better on your elbow or on your hand. Sometimes you need more room, so it's better to do it on the wrist. Round 2, let's go. You can have your hands on your hip or out long if you want. It's entirely up to you what feels best. Excellent, and relax. Okay, so the next 2 rounds are your crunches. So you can either do it on your elbow or your hand again, and you can either have a knee down or out long, it's up to you. But keep the hand and the foot raised. Stretch out, crunch. So your elbow's coming inside your knee. Inhale, stretch, exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch, exhale, crunch. Good, keep moving. Excellent. We have 1 more round of that. Up to you whether you do same again on the knee or whether you want to stretch the leg out long and crunch. Exhale, crunch. Almost there, keep going. And rest, excellent. Round to the other side for hip lifts. So remember, you can have cowed legs, top leg over, or both legs staggered. Lifting from the hip. Exhale on the up. Good. These are real waist wigglers. Good. Rest. 1 more of those, and then that's that exercise done. Get ready. Let's go. Lift those hips. Exhaling on the up. Good stuff. Keep moving. Good. And relax. Okay, so last 2 rounds with your crunches. Entirely up to you whether you do it on your knee or out long. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Moving as fast or as slow as you want to this morning. Good stuff. Keep moving and rest. Last one. Last one, and the first round of HIIT's done already. Didn't that go quickly? Get ready. Last round. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Really stretch, crunch. Stretch, crunch. Good stuff. And rest. Well done. So for the rest this time, come into a comfortable seat and just move from side to side, stretching out down that side body. Good. And I will explain the next move. You have choices for the next move. 3 levels. First level is side lunge to side lunge. So you stay in the middle of your mat, you lunge to one side, come to the middle, you lunge to the other side, you come to the middle. Ideally, we want to be using our core and our side muscles for this. So we want our hands either at heart center, or you can do the eagle hands that give you a bit of extra strength. So if you need to do eagle hands, cross your wrists, wrap your thumbs, and do as though you're doing shadow puppets. So we step over to the side, we squat as low as we can, we come back to the middle. We squat over to the side as low as we can, come back to the middle. So that's level 1. Level 2, we're going from end to end of our mat. So we squat over and then we push all the way back up. We squat over and we push all the way back up. So it's a more explosive movement because it's much bigger movement. So that's level 2. And if you're doing that one, we do 4 on one leg, then 4 on the other leg. Level 3, we squat over as low as we can, and then we come up into half moon. So this one you have to do with a lot of control. So we come down into our squat, we come forward, left hand to the ground if I'm on this side, we come into half moon. So for level 3, you've really got to pull that core in, otherwise you're going to be really wobbly and fall over, okay? So if you're doing the half moon, again, we do 4 one side, 4 the other side. Those are your 3 options. Be kind to yourselves and do what suits your body best this morning. Are you ready? Yeah, of course you are. Born ready. Okay, so first round, let's go. Pick your poison. If you want to take a mix, you can always do the steps. You can always ramp it up for rounds 3 and 4. Really push that ground away. Really get these inner thigh muscles working. Good, and rest. That's your first round done. Getting ready for round 2. Let's go. Really getting as low as you can in that lunge. Inhale, lunge, exhale, push. Inhale, lunge, exhale. Whoa, I overstepped. Excellent, and rest. So that's round 2 done. If you want to step it up to half moon for the next 2 rounds, feel free to do that. So if you're doing that, inhale, lunge, exhale, half moon. Inhale, lunge, exhale, half moon. Good stuff. Really keep the breath moving so we don't get too much lactic acid building up in our muscles. And rest. That's round 3 done. 1 more on this side before we switch to the other side. Excellent, let's go. Lunge, half moon if you're doing that one. Really getting low, using those inner thigh muscles. Really pull the inner thigh muscles towards one another to give you stability. Keep those core muscles pulled in. Keep the breath moving. Good, and rest. Okay, so now we're going to the other side. If you want to step back down, step back down. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Really finding that explosive movement as you're pushing the ground away. Pulling those inner thighs in. Good, rest. 3 more rounds to go. And then we're halfway through the HIIT. Get ready? Let's go. Good stuff. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Nearly there. Good. Last 2 rounds. So if you want to step it up to do the half moon, this is your time to step it up. Inhale as you go down. Exhale. Half moon. Inhale down. Exhale. Half moon. Making sure you've got control of your movements. Making sure the core is pulled in. You're using those inner thighs, and rest. Okay, this is the last round for this one. Let's go. Really nice and low. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Making those exhales nice and noisy. And rest. Well done. Okay, rest for this one. Come down onto your mat. Bring your feet together into butterfly. And just have a little wiggle of those butterfly wings. Good. Whew. Right, next exercise. This one is based around down dog, and there are different options. Either we do from down dog into plank, really making sure everything is pulled in and engaged. Down dog into plank is level 1. Level 2 is 3-legged down dog to 3-legged plank. 3-legged down dog to 3-legged plank. Level 3, 3-legged down dog with a psoas stretch into a pigeon tap. Take it back up, psoas stretch, into pigeon tap. So those are your 3 options. We'll do 4 on one leg, 4 on the other leg, unless you're doing down dog planks, in which case you just do 8 of those all the way through. If you want to switch it up, switch it up. It's up to you, it's your practice. Are we ready? Born ready, yeah. Okay, so get ready. Starting off in our down dogs. Let's go. So if we're doing 3-legged dog, come forward, 3-legged plank. Really curl the tailbone under, pull the core in, and make sure that those shoulders are engaged, so we don't have any baggy shoulders. We're really strong through the body. And rest. Well done. Round 1 done. Okay, if you're doing one leg, we're going to do the same leg. Let's go. 3-legged to 3-legged. Inhaling as you raise the leg, exhale as you come forward into plank. Inhale to raise. Exhale, come forwards. Keep moving. Good, and rest. Okay, if you want to switch it up, feel free to switch it up. I'm going to move to 3-legged, so I stretch to pigeon tap, so let's go. Again, exhale as you come forwards. Make it a noisy exhale. Pull those core muscles in as tight as you can. Pull those inner thighs towards one another. And rest. Good stuff. Get ready for round 4. Let's go. Good stuff. More than halfway through this one. Really keep the breath moving. And rest. So now is the time to switch to the other leg. Give the little wrists a squeeze if they need it. And then let's go for the other leg. Inhale it up. Exhale it forwards. Really squeezing everything in. Using those core muscles. Pressing the ground away. Pressing your finger pads into the ground. And rest. Good. I hope you're all sweating by now, because I am. Let's go, next round. Inhale up, exhale forwards. Really stretching up through those legs. Really engaging the core. And rest. Last 2 rounds. So if you're going to step it up, now is the time to step it up. That sun is really hot on the mat. Okay, so if you're going to do 3-legged dog, 3-legged pigeon, it's now. Inhale it up, stretch that psoas. Exhale, bring it forward, pigeon tap. Inhale, stretch the psoas. Exhale. Good, keep moving. And rest. We have 1 more round to go. You totally have this. Then we're on to our last exercise. Let's go, last round. Make it count. Keep the breath moving. Move as fast or as slow as you want to. Good stuff. Keep moving. And relax. Well done. Give the wrists a little squeeze. And then as I explain the last one, just come into Sphinx. So laying on your mat, elbows underneath the shoulders, hands straight out in front, maybe having a wiggle through the hips. Just enjoy the stretch down the front of the body and into the hip flexors, giving them a bit of a rest after all that work. Good. So the last HIIT exercise is focusing on core and obliques, because we're doing side body today. So there are two options. You can mix it up if you want to. Well, actually, there's three options. The first option is crisscross legs. So pressing down through the palms onto the mat, we crisscross the legs as far down as we can without the lower back coming off the floor. So just if they only go to here, they only go to here. If you can go lower, then go lower, that's absolutely fine. But if your back starts doing this, you've gone too far. So keep the lower back safe. So that's option one, crisscross legs. Option two is pulses. So the legs stay up to the ceiling and we pulse to the side. So we do 20 seconds to one side, then we would do the next round to the other side. So that's your option two. Your option three is jackknifes, where we move from side to side. So 1 foot up, 1 foot long, but it doesn't touch the floor. You keep it engaged. We go from one side to the other side. One side to the other side. That one is obviously level 3. It's going to burn. I'm going to be honest with you. So we've got 8 rounds. You can mix it up as you like. I'm going to do a selection of them as we go through so that I can give you all the cues. So when you are ready, come out of your Sphinx, over onto your backs, and let's go. So I'm going to start with crisscross legs. Keep that belly pulled in. So we can inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Really keep that belly pulled in, really tight. Keep that lower back safe and relax. Probably want to hug the knees in for this one, maybe circling through the hips. Okay, I'm going to do another crisscross. If you feel your breath wants to go the other way, then it's your body and it's your practice. So if you want to exhale on the way down and inhale on the way up, then do what suits you. As long as you're breathing, that is the most important thing. And rest. Okay, I'm going to switch to the pulses now. So with the pulses, both legs up to the ceiling, let's go. And then I pulse for 20 seconds to one side. Keep the legs engaged, whether it's easier for you to do that with flexed feet or pointed feet, up to you. Keep the belly pulled in. It's going to burn, I'm afraid. And relax, well done. So I'm going to do the other side. Legs up, let's go. Keep those legs engaged. Keep the neck relaxed. Make all the work come from the tummy. Excellent, and rest. Well done. We're halfway, 4 more rounds, and your HIIT is done for the day. Legs up. I'm going to keep on pulsing for another 2 rounds, so I switch to the other side again. Keep those legs engaged. Keep the belly pulled in. Protect that lower back. Keep breathing. Excellent stuff. Well done. And rest. If you feel like you need to stretch out in between, stretch out. If you feel like you need to hug the legs in, hug the legs in. Okay, next round. I'm switching to the other side. Good stuff. Keep going, nearly there. definitely burning now. Last 2 rounds. So if you want to do jackknifes, if you're not already, then the last 2 rounds is the time to do them. Oh. Keep the legs engaged. Keep moving. Using that side body. You're doing brilliantly. Keep the breath moving. And relax. We've got 20 seconds to go. Last 20 seconds. You can totally do this. Totally got it. Good stuff. Nearly there. Keep moving. Keep breathing. And rest. Well done. You did it. Whew. Take the feet as wide or wider than your yoga mat. And just windscreen wipe the knees from one side to the other side. Moving as quickly or as slowly as you feel you want to move. Excellent stuff. Really stretching that knee away from you at the end of the movement to get the stretch through the side body and the hip. Good. And then when you've done both sides equally, make the back really, really comfortable on the mat. Take both legs up to the ceiling in legs up the wall pose. And then let the legs open out to the sides and just feel that stretch through your hips. If you want to support the legs, then bring the hands behind the thighs. Just enjoy the stretch down the inner thighs after all that work they've had to do today. Stretching out through the toes, whether you flex them or point them. Then hugging the knees into the chest, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee. Circle through the hips a few times. And then take those circles in the other direction. Then take the feet down to the floor. Take the right leg up to the ceiling and then cross the ankle over the left knee. Sit up and reach through the gap and hold around behind the thigh and then roll back down again and just maybe rock from side to side. Pull the leg in towards you and use the right elbow to press on the inner thigh of the right leg if you want more stretch into the glute. Just a few breaths here. Then release the legs, uncross the legs, then take the left leg up and cross it over the right knee. And then lift up and hold around the back of the thigh. Roll the shoulders and the head back down. Again, maybe have a rock from side to side and pull the leg towards you using your left elbow on the left inner thigh this time to get more stretch into the glutes. Then release that off. Bring both feet to the floor. Arms straight out from your shoulders. Lift up the hips, scoot them over to the right, pop them back down. Hug the knees in towards your chest and then roll them over to the left into a twist. Looking out over your right shoulder. Really relaxing into your twist, taking a big inhale deep into the belly. And then exhale, relax. Really deep inhale into the belly. And then exhale, let everything melt into the mat. Really big inhale. And then exhale, relax. Inhale, bring the head to center, pull the core in, and on the exhale, roll the hips back onto the mat, and then place the feet down. Straighten yourself up, and then lift up the hips, scoot them over to the left, pop them back down, hug the knees into your chest, and then roll them to the right this time, looking out over your left shoulder. 3 deep inhales into the belly, and on each exhale, see if you can relax and melt the body into the mat. On each exhale, letting any tension leave the body. And if you're holding anywhere, just try and relax and release that muscle. And the next inhale, bring the head back to center. Pull the core in, and on the exhale, roll the hips back onto the mat. Put the feet down. Straighten yourself up and come into Savasana. So if you can, take the legs out long, let the feet fall open, arms down by your sides, palms up. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the body and make sure the lower back is comfortable. Any issues in the lower back, bring the feet to the floor and let the knees roll in, or take the soles of the feet together and let the knees roll out in butterfly legs. Whatever you choose, make sure you're completely comfortable in Savasana. And then simply watch the breath come in and out of the body for 10 breaths. Noticing where the breath moves your body. And on each exhale, really sigh the breath out and notice the calm that that brings within you. Excellent, well done. You did brilliantly this morning. When you are ready, start to think about moving. And move your body in whatever way it craves. If you want to stretch, stretch. If you want to hug the knees in, hug the knees in. And if you feel like you need a twist, then have a twist. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side. Come up to seated. And we'll finish with 3 lion's breath. In through the nose. And then as we breathe out, really stick the tongue out and exhale loudly out through your mouth. Excellent. Thank you for coming to practice with me this morning, making that effort and getting your heart rate up and your blood pumping. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it as much as I did.